Hi, David again from concertblogger.com. Today we're here hanging out at Four Knots Festival. I have a lot of different interviews and a lot of different bands today, but I get to start my day with the headliners, with the best band of the whole day, Super Furry Animals. I get to be here with Guto?
Yeah, correct.
And he's the bass player for Super Furry Animals, and he's taken some time out of his busy day to sit down and have a little chat with us. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it a lot. So you guys are from Wales originally. You were really part of this whole movement in Wales of almost Welsh pride, I think, at the time when there wasn't much going on as far as in literary circles or music, and then you and a bunch of other bands all came out, seemed to come out all at once in the mid to late 90s, and you created a whole national pride thing. What is that like? I mean,
I think our main thing, Wales is like most places. It does have a strong, culture, literature, music, and
Dylan Thomas,
the arts, yeah. But a lot of the bands, we were singing in the Welsh language, which is our mother tongue, and most of the Welsh language bands seemed happy to play to Welsh language people, where we and a handful of other bands had more of an international outlook. So, well, we want to come to America and play, and go around Europe. We want to come play in England,
we want to play the world. This is a big, huge world out there. Why would we limit ourselves to Swansea?
Exactly. We're in a band. Why do we play to the same people every week? So we took a conscious decision to break out, and singing in English was part of that, as well as singing stuff in Welsh. So yeah, we just decided to travel the world,
and it really worked out for you. I think you guys had made, such huge progress, and you were such a huge band, and then you took a break. What happened there? What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, I guess it was about 6-7 years ago. We'd done this treadmill of making albums and touring non-stop for 15 years. The guys started having families, and
everybody grows up a little bit. Everybody starts having different priorities and different things that being on the road is great, and it's a lot of fun, but it's people forget how much work it is and how much of the rest of your life you're missing out on. Your friends are going to barbecues in the summer, and you're in Scandinavia somewhere, and that's great, and there's no, I'm sure you wouldn't trade those times in for anything, but at the same time you have to have that balance, because if you're all about touring and being on the road and all that, then what do you have to write songs about other than that?
And of course families. You can't be an absent
father,
absent
exactly.
For the whole.
You don't want to be. What's the reason for success?
No, we're not in the army here.
Exactly. What's the reason for success if you can't enjoy that success? If you can't live the life that you want to live and do what you want to do? And yeah, you want to make music, and you've got this great fan following and this great thing that you've built. Just because you take some time and go live your life doesn't mean that it goes away. I mean, maybe in some ways it does, but no matter what, it was going to go away in a way. Your sound was going to change. Everything was going to happen differently.
Actually stopping and taking some time out can give you a bit of perspective, give an audience perspective, because it seems that audiences, we had a really warm reception when we decided to do shows again this year after 6 years, and that was nice. That was needed.
I know, I'm pretty excited.
It's nice to be wanted instead of
instead of trying to book a show and
they'll be playing next year.
Yeah, exactly.
You can count on that. So with every record, we do 2 tours of the States. So if you missed one, well, you'll be coming through.
Yeah, you're coming through in the fall or what have you.
So it's nice, it's nice to feel a bit loved and
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
It's nice
Well,
to
you know
be
what? That's what you're doing this for. That's what you're living this lifestyle for in a way. Is that you want to get your music to people. You want to touch people's lives, and this is just an example of it, touching people's lives.
Yeah, and us as band members, we're really enjoying doing these shows.
Like a little nostalgia kind of thing of the way it used to be, but it seems like it's you've.
Well, it was before. It was a bit more stressful because we had record companies and managements and all these things. Now we don't have a record company.
Self-produced, self-released.
Yeah, we just look after. We just do shows. There's no.
Yeah. We haven't had a release since 2009, I believe.
No,
as far as
we re-released Mum. That's what brought these shows together. Was we decided to re-release a record we did in the year 2000, a record called Mum, which is sung all in Welsh, and that label called Domino put that out, which is a nice label. So we do have relationships with labels,
but now it's on your terms rather than on theirs.
Exactly.
And you can do what you guys want.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sitting down and taking a few moments out of this busy day for me. And look forward to seeing you out there on the stage this afternoon. And thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank you.